Hey guys, welcome back to the JPM Performance channel. It is once again time for a shop tour. We are right smack in the middle of July. It's July 14th, which is my wife's birthday, so happy birthday, honey. She's 40 again. So we are basically what I would consider to be in the dog days of summer. It is in the 90s every day. And so we're just staying in the shop and working away. Got one more runoffs engine coming next week to get apart for Bill Hingston, but all the rest of them are apart and diagnosed and in process. So got ourselves I guess we'll just get right into it. Got ourselves a first gen RX-7 open differential core here for Bill Miller. So this is kind of what they look like when they come in. And they are, almost 40 years old. So we're gonna strip this down. We've actually got more differential stuff that we're gonna be getting into real soon. A little bit like what we talked about. But I've got a ring and pinion out to get rem treated, which is a micro polishing for anti-friction. And we are getting ready to put in a new OS Geiken limited slip, which I'll get set up as well. These have been really hard to get in, so when their last shipment of these came in, I actually ended up buying 3 of them. So anybody out there looking for a 1.5 way Miata limited slip, I just happen to have 2 in stock as we speak. So give me a call if you need one. So that's what we're working on there. Still waiting on a couple of bits and pieces. Got our new camshaft ordered for Don. Waiting on a couple pieces for the valve train, and one more shout out for Bill Miller. This is his reverse gear in his PBS. As you can see, the bearing got destroyed and the gear is destroyed as well. Anybody out there have a reverse gear for a PBS? I think they're called MDRs. It was the original Mazda PBS that they made for rotaries. I need a reverse gear, or somebody that can fix this one. Anybody? So we're getting a little desperate for that, but when you're running stuff that's basically from the 80s, sometimes you have a little trouble with parts. Got a new project in the shop, guys. A 1960 something Ford Falcon. Why in the world am I working on this thing? Well, this guy's wanting to do this, it's like a classic road rally, and he actually goes all over the world with his cars doing these things. He had an old Triumph that he's shipped over to England a couple times and actually done some of these road rallies. So this is his new project, an old Ford Falcon, and I'm getting ready to put a roll cage in it. So not a complete cage, but a rear section with some side protection. We'll see some of the bits and pieces over here in just a minute. And but really a nice, clean, original Falcon. He was saying that he didn't think the motor had been out. It's probably been repainted, but you can see it's single stage paint. So pretty cool old car. He's got a new engine and transmission he's going to put in it with overdrive and a 289 with some power. So probably end up being a pretty cool car. But anyway, going to get this roll cage built for him, hopefully here in the next week. I was hoping to have the front hoop completed today so I could show you guys. Didn't quite get to it with all of the disassembly on the engines that I've been working on, but I did get the rear plates welded in. Joe got those put in, and the final seam welding is looking good. So Steven is actually coming on Monday, and so I got to get this front hoop in before he gets here, because next week we'll do a whole fitment. Probably get some good footage of how I like to fit a driver into one of these cars. Stevens is a much taller guy than most, and so when you're trying to put a tall guy into a Miata, you have to really make sure that you get everything fit so he's comfortable. So that's something we'll be working on Monday, and we'll get some video on that and give you guys some tips and tricks on how I like to do that. So this is this kit that the owner of the Falcon came up with. At least the main hoop is bent. 1 3/4 inch, 120 wall steel, nice mandrel bent main hoop, which is actually going to save me a bunch of time. But it did come with some notched tubes for a bunch of different miscellaneous bracing that we're going to be doing. It's essentially supposed to be an 8-point cage. We're kind of modifying it to be more like a 6-point cage with some proper bracing in the main hoop, and I think we'll be looking just good without too much trouble. Eric, the only real progress that has happened on his car that I know of over the last week is that his engine is not sitting right here anymore, because I've got it all stripped down and diagnosed, and got bits and pieces in process for his runoffs engine as well. BMW update. So a little bit every day, of course. So I've completely gone through and nut and bolt checked the entire front suspension. I've got these really nice rotors that I had made. You can see these are aluminum hats with a Coleman high performance brake rotor, and of course Carbotech brake pads. So I'm a big fan of their XP20, which is like their most aggressive biting pad that they have besides their endurance pad. So we've got some fresh rotors, got the lightweight, we'll call them the runoffs rotors. Usually I run these steel ones. Why do I run these at the runoffs? Because they're about 3 pounds a piece lighter, that's why. And so those are on, got new pads on, of course, and the entire front suspension is put together, tightened up, checked, and looking good. So the only other thing that I've kind of been doing over the last week is nut and bolt checking under the hood and cleaning. Still need to get the fluids changed, and kind of just moving forward on a little bit every day, like I always say. So I know it's not much of a big shop tour this week, guys, but the bulk of my time has been runoffs engines. So as they start to go together, you guys will get to see more of that. And as soon as I get a little bit of this roll cage work, we are going to dive into not only Bill's differential, but also Peter Dozman's for his Miata as well. So we'll be talking about that real soon, and getting some more videos out there. Appreciate you guys watching as always. Just like the week before, had some great comments, and really enjoying answering some of those, and hope you guys have had a good week, and keep after it. Runoffs will be here before we know it. I know I kind of say that every year, but we are in the middle of July, so in 2 months your car better be ready to go. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a great rest of your week, and take care.